So, B'siyata Dishmaya, we're here in Shar Yichud, continuing with Neshama Neshima in this chapter on the secret of forgiveness, secret of forgiving, page 61, Olam HaGalgalim, the world of planets, the world of stars. I'm going to go into a story time now. Mashal Mishasheh HaMotzeh Kedei Lehorot, Ech Shelefamim HaOmes Eno Omes. He's going to bring us a parable now, a mashal, to teach us how sometimes stress really isn't stress. It's really not there. There was one traveler that he was an honorable person, but he was floating a little bit. And he forgot the time of his train. Oy vavoy. Right now, he's running, he's sweating, he's confused, he's startled, and he has this hope that he's going to make it to his train on time. What's the one problem though? He has a few different boxes with him, he has a few different handbags that he's carrying, and they're weighing down on him. Not only that, he has a huge suitcase that's really, really, really heavy. And he's running out of time. The clock is ticking. And the platform seems like it's never ending until he gets to this train where he's meant to be. And all of a sudden, a very nice person, comes up to him and gives him another thing to carry. He hands him another thing. Take this from me. Please, sir, take this from me. He couldn't even finish his sentence. He just screamed at him, are you not embarrassed to add more to the weight? You don't see how I'm already carrying so much? With chutzpah danach, you want me to carry even more than I'm already doing? Sir, my dear sir, inside the box is a set of wheels that will help you to carry everything that you're trying to carry right now much easier. And you'll get much faster to your destination. And even maybe you'll make it on time. He's coming to help, right? So he smiles at him. He takes this gift. He puts it together really quickly. He's very, very happy. Give him a lot of gratitude. And now, because of him, he'll be able to get to the proper platform in the exact time that needs. Like every other mashal that we have in teachings in Torah, we have to look beyond the mashal, we have to look beyond the story and trying to figure out what's the nimshal, what is being told to us. The nimshal is Am Yisrael is carrying such hardships, so much from the galut, so much trauma that we're coming with from the galut, from exile, thousands of years. There's been tons of soldiers that have fallen, completely despaired. Others that are weakened to the point that they're completely in slumber. They're not able to get up and to do anything for themselves. It's been such a long time that we're in this exile, and it doesn't seem like it's ending until the master, the Baal Shem Tov, came to the world. Until the Baal Shem Tov stepped on the stage, and his students, his holy students, specifically Reb Nachman, and they give the tired Jews the Torah of Chassidut that revitalizes them and arouses inside of them emotions. And still, because there's the stress and the weight that we're carrying is so intense, there's still those that came up and said, what is this? More practices that we need to follow now, more chumrot that we're trying to take care of now. What is this bringing to us? What is this light of Chassidut bringing to us? Now I have to grow my hair out like peyot, I have to wear big kippahs, and my tzitzit have to be like this, and I'm going to pray longer, and it seems like it's coming to add so much more to what was already so hard to do. And without knowing anything about the Baal Shem Tov or what his real goal was, they were making these claims from a place of the bitterness of their own heart. But the truth is, Chassidut is not coming to be another burden, an extra burden. It's coming to help, right? It's the wheels. Someone stops you and says, hey, take this. And you say, Chabad, Breslev, Baal Shem Tov, I don't need that. I just need Torah. It's already hard enough just to keep what I need to do. You're going to try to give me other things? No, sir. Please, take it. These are the wheels that's going to help you to carry everything else. This is going to help you get to your destination much faster with less stress in a more beautiful way. It's all pointing in the same direction. It's here to help. Such wonderful tools and vessels that allow a person to hold on, and not only that, to fly with speed to the world of Galgalim, to the celestials, to the planets. And we can now take this mashal and the nimshal, right, the guy in the train station, and the idea of Chassidut being the wheels to help a person, and we can understand what we're talking about here in this book when it comes to breathing. Your lungs, they are like heavenly planets, heavenly celestials. They split firmaments, right? And these are the breaths, right? Your lungs, they take a breath, they take these holy, lofty things. Who wants to say now that, your lungs they're an added burden, they're an extra burden on you. It's very easy to tell them 5 extra, right? We're telling people now you have to focus on your breathing, and they're like, I already have Torah and mitzvot and tefillah and so much I have to do. Now you want me to add 5 minutes, 7 minutes of breathing every day on top of all of that? Obviously, 5 minutes of breathing every day to get more circulation, more ventilation in your system would never hurt you. Could never ever hurt you. They won't take away from your time. Even when you add them to your schedule, you have a busy schedule and you add there 7 minutes of breath work that you didn't know how to fit in that schedule, you're going to find out in a wonderful way that you just stretched your 24 hours. Right? By setting in 7 minutes of breath work, you just got a much larger 24 hours. Not that 7 minutes was taken away from you, the opposite. Those 7 minutes give you more time in those 24 hours. It's known what Rav Turgeman would always say, right? In the words of Albert Einstein, that time is an obsessive illusion. People are obsessed with time, and it's really just an illusion. What's the depth of that when we bring it back into Judaism, into Torah? Time is in this world. Yeah, it's a creation. It's a limitation that we have in this world. But it goes according to your imagination. Right? If you want to be obsessive about it, that you have no time, so then you really might not have any time. But if you start to put your time in the right things and invest in the right things, you're going to see how doing that will stretch the rest of your schedule to make more sense. Right? Because if you're calm and you're breathing properly, and you've spoken to Hashem throughout your day, and then you have something to do, and you're more calm, so then you'll get it done much easier, without a fight, without any extra effort. And what comes out of that? That the 30-minute task becomes a 10, 15-minute task. Why? Because your thoughts are collected, you're calm, you're not stressed, you're thinking clearly, right? You're working with people in a proper way, you have communication, because you're a speaker, because you have breath flowing through you. Now all of a sudden you have much more time in your day. So Yeshuv Adat, that you merit, the settled mind that you merit by way of your breathing practice every day, throws away all the stress and all of the worries, and it switches it out with the blessing of time. The blessing of time. Next part in this section is Neshima ba min ha'avir al yedei dibur. We talked about this a while ago, a few classes ago. Reb Nachman says, Torah 160 in Likutei Moran, that a person, in Torah 160, he says that a person has a pulse, and their pulse can remind them either of Hashem. Every time it pulsates inside your body, it's sending out a message think about Hashem, or the opposite, right? And your pulse, your blood, comes from your breath, and your breath comes from your speech. And according to how you speak, positive or not, you will affect your breath, which will affect your blood, which will affect your pulse, which will affect your blood, which will affect what messages are being sent around in your body. So if you talk negatively, then your pulse will be always reminding you of the opposite of Hashem. And if you talk positively, then you'll be purifying your blood and your oxygen, and the systems inside of you will be reminding you of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So the breath comes from the air, and that comes by way of the speech. This wonderful saying has to be explained. כיצד יוכל הדיבור שבה הוא עצמו מן הרוח להפוך לשורש של האוויר לנשימה. Again, what are we saying? The breath comes from air by way of speech. So now Rav Bezinson is asking the question, how could it be that speech that comes from ruach should transform to become the root of the air of the breath? You get the question? Breath comes from air by way of speech. Speech is an outcome of your breathing, right? But here Reb Nachman says your breath comes from the air by way of speech. How could speech that comes from ruach become the basis and the root for the air of the breath? And there's a proof to this from what Reb Nachman says in Torachet, in Tehillim 33, B'dvar Adonai shamayim na'asu, u'v'ruach piv kol tzeva'am. With the word of Hashem, the heavens were made, and with the breath of his mouth, all of the legions, all of the formations, all the stars, all of that. So what created the heavens? Speech. And then what filled up the heavens? Ruach. So here you see that the speech had more of a power of creation. It became where are the stars rooted in? The heavens. But the stars were created by way of breath, and the heavens were created by way of speech. Speech usually comes out of breath. But here you see a pasuk outright, that the speech created the shoresh, created the foundation, the heavens, and then the ruach brought in what fills that up, what's rooted there, the stars. Very trippy, very...
Teaches the Keli from the Tizor.
So to say, right? You could look at it that way, right? What is space? It's this big body, but it doesn't tell me anything. What actually speaks to me? What is the life of space? The stars, the planets, right? That's already ruach. That was ruach. What holds all of that? Speech. Very, very interesting. Let's see what...
Also, you can see that speech affects someone's like ruach, their emotions and stuff like that. You
Right.
hear something and then they start feeling it.
And Neshima ba min ha'avir, the breath comes from the air by way of speech. By way of speech. Meaning, like he says in Torah 160, that if you speak positively, then you affect the air, you affect the breath, you affect the blood. And then you'll be reminded of positivity, of connection to God. And if you speak negatively, so you are now creating what's going to be when the blood comes through, and it's going to take you away, God forbid, from Hashem. So ruach fills up this plane that's called shamayim, this universe that's called heavens. Shorshahu dvar Hashem, and its root is dvar Hashem, the word of Hashem. If so, so now when I suck in and I breathe in that same ruach, that same spirit, that air, so then I receive from that speech of Hashem. The speech of Hashem that created everything. From here you see that breathing received the air from speech. And now we'll try to make it more real by way of the relationship between ruach ledibur, air and speech, and dibur leruach, and speech to air. To understand from this very quickly some fundamental ideas in Judaism that connect to waking up in the morning. Positive affirmations can completely change our life from darkness to light, for example, a classical, historic example that we already spoke about in the first parak, Avram Avinu was the head of Jewish meditation. Bahalat mivnei sheyesoda Neshima Nishmata kavana. Right? Jewish meditation, that its foundation, the main structure of Jewish meditation is Neshima v'Nishmata. Breath and its soul. Kavana, intention. שאינה שוללת אלא כוללת את כל מיני הדיבורים המאירים הנאמרים על הבוקר כפתיח ליום נפלא. Jewish meditation doesn't negate all of the things we say and all the affirmations of the morning in Shacharit and Modeh Ani and Birkot HaShachar, all of those, right? In the secular world, it would be called positive affirmations in front of your mirror in the morning. So we don't say them in the bathroom. We say them in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We say them with tefillin. We say them with dressed properly. We say them after we wash our hands. We say a whole bunch of things. If you take the average Jew that prays Shacharit, a full Shacharit, he's saying 100 pages at least, if not 120 pages of text of positivity every single morning. The first thing he does in the morning is just pumps up his soul and his body with 100 pages of biblical, prophetic, and rabbinical affirmations.
Good morning.
And strengthening everything. B'ezrat Hashem. Shalom Aleichem. Morning. בזה הוא תיקן את הקדרות שבשורשה. Now you fixed everything at its root. You fixed the depression, the hardship at its root. אם רק נתחיל את היום שלנו בצורה melodit, if we just start our morning in a melodic way, in a way of beautiful speech that's filled with Ruach Chaim, that's filled with the spirit of life, mainly by way of shira, by way of singing, that will escort us the whole entire day. והדבר ידוע, it's known, כל מי שישתדל להשקיע בכיוון זה, whoever invests in this direction, כל היום כולו שמח ורוקד. The whole entire day, he's singing and dancing. Happy, joyful. Why? I invested in my morning to be filled with song to Hashem, positive words, beautiful things, and I sung. I didn't just read the words, knowing that they're songs. No, I sang, I let it out. זה מלווה אותו. This starts to escort the person. It starts to surround their whole entire being. Their nefesh, their ruach, their neshama is all filled up with this light. And it creates a completely different reality. It starts to pull beautiful, wonderful things down into his dalat amot, into his world. ובזה מובנת נבואת הזוהר שלפיה כל הגאולה תלויה במתח חדה. אתר אחד. The Zohar says that the whole entire Geula is dependent on one place, one site. O Knishta Chada, one group of people, that they should do a real, true revolution. They should really, really, really approach Shacharit properly. Knishta Chada, says the Zohar. One synagogue, one shul that takes Avodat Hashem properly and makes a true revolution in their own shul, not outwardly. Just in their own shul, that between the 10 men, they make a real union to come together and to sing to Hashem, they can bring Geula.
So the rest of shuls are the best. So they're singing and dancing.
Hashem. But with that said, not one of them has done it right. Because if one of us, it just takes one shul to do it right, we ought to have Geula according to the Zohar. Right? So B'ezrat Hashem, we have what to look forward to. Tshuva b'simcha im shirim v'rikodim. Tshuva with simcha, with songs, with dancing. זהירות וסלידה מדיבורים כהים המולידים דיכאון במי ששומע אותם. Being very, very cautious from speaking in a way of depression and sadness and negativity that pushes people away. Anybody that would hear those words would be brought down, like news, right? People watch news in the morning. The first thing they do, they open their phone, they read a newspaper. It's just like literally you're downloading all the negativity of the world into your brain, and you haven't even said hi to someone yet. You haven't even stepped outside to look at the heavens, and you already have all of the world's problems in your head. Notifications getting sent to you. You agree to have notifications on your phone when you have the ability to turn them off. And what are the notifications? This bad thing happened in the world. This bad thing happened in the world. This bad thing happened in the world. not knowing what's going on in the world, no one's saying not to do that. And no one's saying to do that, right? You could very easily check once a day, once a week. There was tzaddikim even that wanted to know, tell me news of the world, what's going on. Why? To be connected to the world, that's one thing. But to have it sent to you at every moment where your phone is pinging about negativity in the world all day long, how could you be doing that to yourself? How could you be doing that to yourself? It's not judging now. It's just really think about it. A lot of people don't think about it. We download these apps, we follow these pages on Instagram, channels on WhatsApp, Jewish news, and we're doing it from a place that we want to be connected and we all want to feel and know what's going on with Israel and our nation. Hello, you want to help Israel? Clean your head. Protect your head. Intensify your emunah. Pray more. Don't be depressed. Don't let gateways of depression pull you down, because that's going to take you away from praying and doing the right thing. And that will weaken Israel. We all need to strengthen ourselves in order to strengthen Israel. We can't let these negativities surround us, be inside of us. If a person in the morning that wakes up and sings to Hashem, surrounds his nefesh, ruach, and neshama with songs that take care of him and escort him throughout the whole entire day, so that what happens to a person that wakes up and listens to Ynet or any type of news, CNN, Fox, Bichlal, right? They're entertainment shows, they're not even real news. What's going on with a person like that? It's killing innocent civilians, innocent people in the world for no reason. Just because they're alive, they read these things and they're shoved down their throat and they walk around in depression. כי אז מי ירצה להציב את החברים המתוקים עם מדברים גורים בשורות רעות? Who wants to be the person that's the one that comes to the shul and tells everybody that came to shul to feel connected, to feel life, and to feel positivity? Who wants to be the one that walks into that shul with all the negativity and the bad news of the world? And there's people like this in every community, right? That they want to represent, they want to be the local news reporter of the shul and let everybody know the horrible things that are going on. No one asks you to do that in shul. This is not the place for that. Everything is completely spiced with this political pollution and poison. If there's one place, the Zohar says, that will be pure of all negative speech like that, of all of this pessimistic words, of depression, from all diba. You know what diba is? Dibanu dofi v'lashon hara. Diba is like talking negativity. Dofi is like, I don't like that. I don't like that restaurant. Why do you have to say that? Who asked? Is your opinion that important about the restaurant? If someone asks you, that's one thing. They're asking for your opinion. They want to go there. They're questioning if they should put their money there or not. That's one thing. But to come out of nowhere, just to say negative things, who asked for that? So if we could have one place cleaned up of that, of machloket, of fights between people, and anybody who goes inside that place will be surprised to be able to just breathe, to get a nice good portion of oxygen that's completely pure, as if he just went and dipped inside the ocean of light. If we could just have one place like that, how much purity would that bring to the world? How much good would that bring to the world? And that's why the Zohar says, Knish Tachada, just one synagogue, just one shul, just one community, one place where people can come there and there's no impurity, there's no pollution, there's no negativity, there's no lashon hara, there's no bad thoughts, there's no news, none of that, just good. And they can come and breathe a little bit and reconnect. If one place like that could exist in the world, we would have Geula. Zat Hashem, we all start to daven that we make it out of our shuls and we make it out of our places. Amen.